But we talked about this. This was actually real breaking news when we talked about it, right?
Yep.
And even as we were talking about it, it was evolving. And hopefully we have come to a conclusion of Sam Altman, who started at OpenAI, got fired at, okay, you know what, I'm going to go through the circle, but he started at OpenAI and now he's back at OpenAI. So
In the span of what?
4 days. I'm
Yeah.
going to run through the timeline, right? Friday, November 17th, Sam Altman is fired by the board of OpenAI. Big news, right? That happened. That was the day that we talked about it.
Yep.
We didn't really know what was happening. It was rather cryptic that the board said that he was basically not, what was the wording? There was a specific wording, but he felt that
Not openly candid.
Correct, not
something
openly
like-
candid,
Not,
yes,
not,
okay?
not consistently candid.
that's all we knew at that particular time, right? Later that day, it was also disclosed that OpenAI co-founder and president Greg Brockman announced that he was leaving the company as well. So pretty big, right? Sam Altman, Greg Brockman, like this is part of the inner circle of OpenAI,
Feels
right?
like if you take one down, you take them all down.
Okay, so those two guys left on
La
that day.
Familia.
November 18th, the Saturday. We're on to the next day. It turns out that OpenAI, the
They're
board...
Friday though, right?
Yeah. Oh, no. This is... yeah. No, Saturday. Saturday American time, right?
Okay.
It turns out that the board of AI now has a case of buyer's remorse. Now that the news is coming out that Sam Altman's being fired, they're getting a lot of pressure. So OpenAI...
It's not just externally though, it's also internally, right?
Correct, but at this point, it's quite a bit of the external heat that's coming through. So OpenAI, obviously, they have investors, right? The biggest of all being Microsoft, right? They're using whatever pressures or powers that they have to convince the board of directors to reverse the decision and bring Altman back. So that's 18th, next day. Sunday, November the 19th, Sam Altman,
A great day.
knowing this,
Happy birthday, Adam Driver.
Sam Altman, knowing this, goes back to OpenAI. There's actually a photo of him with his like lanyard and the whole fintech thing. Going back to the offices, presumably there's a negotiation going back with the board for him to come back to OpenAI, right?
Okay.
Things are being discussed. We don't really know exactly what terms are being discussed, but at this stage, it looks like he's going back to OpenAI, right? On the Sunday 19th. On the same day, the board does a 180, 360, I don't even know what degree to call it, and hires another CEO, an interim CEO,
Yep.
Emmett Shear, formerly of Twitch.
Yep.
In the same day that they're negotiating with him, they hire another CEO.
They be making calls. They be
So
pew
just,
pew pew.
I can't understand even the timeline. Like, this doesn't make sense, right? So clearly...
It's you know what it is? It's treat them mean, keep them keen.
Clearly something happened that day that just... Like, there were clauses, right? And it's been communicated that what Sam Altman really wanted, which was a sticking point for the board, and there's a key individual in the board that I'll speak to, but the board had to have agreed to kick Sam Altman out, was a public declaration from the board that they made a mistake. And apparently of firing Sam Altman, and apparently that was a sticking point for the board. They just didn't want to say that. And so they hired a new CEO.
Hold on. Let me ask a couple of things, right? The board, are they predominantly all men?
No, not predominantly yes, but like not all. But let me complete the whole.
No.
whole
But
case.
like, it's just the point of no one is ever going to, decide to eat it on the first go. You know what I
Look,
mean?
But to hire another CEO is like basically
again, treat them mean, keep them keen.
it's just very rash. I've just never seen something like this, right? Monday,
Chicken.
November the 20th, right? This is just nuts. Like the fact that this is happening consistently in the day, right? CEO of Microsoft Satya Nadella announces that Sam Altman and Greg Brockman will be joining Microsoft as hires in the advanced AI research team.
Makes sense.
He-
It's a melodrama
kinda
now.
does, but
It's a melodrama now at this stage.
is
It just
just
feels like
nuts.
it's on a daily basis. Let's see what's going to get the news going, that keep the stocks up, whatever it is.
This is nuts.
It's real life Succession.
You know what?
Gonna,
This is
who's
like
going to come on up.
this is better than any movie I've ever seen. Honestly, the timeline, how compressed it is, and what's going on. It's like kids fighting over like Legos. And in that same day, there's massive revolt within OpenAI. You okay there? Like this
I'm good. It's just I feel like this circle is a bit dragging a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
This is a lot. This is a lot. We need to hear about. At the same time, there's like a lot of revolt. There's a lot of disarray.
Revolt.
Revolt. What's the word? There's a lot of revolt internally in OpenAI. This time with the staff saying that they don't want to work for this board. This board is incompetent. They're threatening to leave to anywhere. Microsoft, right? The next day, 21 and the 22nd, Sam Altman returns back to OpenAI as CEO with a new board that now, so the board is fired. The board that fired Sam Altman is replaced, which includes Brett Taylor, Larry Summers, and Adam Angelo. And this is where we're at. Tell me, in your lifetime,
I did not know that bit though.
Have you seen something like this?
No.
This is nuts. This is like, yeah, I actually can't even articulate. When we like talked about it, we did not know the extent towards it, and we had hypothesized that he did something really bad, right? Mm-hmm. So it turns out that the only thing that he did really bad is he wanted to make money, like lots of it.
But at what expense?
Yeah. So now we can unpack a little bit more about it. Chief, I think data scientist. I'm getting. I knew it.
There's a lot of information.
There's a lot of information.
We want to make sure we get it right.
Oh, yeah,
We're painting the whole story for those who haven't tuned in to the whole shebang and whatnot. A lot has happened. A lot of hoo-ha. Okay, there we go. Now back to regular programming.
So, chief scientist in OpenAI, Ilya Sutskever.
Oh, that's what got you. Okay.
It's just kind of
behind the scenes. There was a lot of practicing the pronunciation.
So, I think this individual and Sam Altman. So he heads the research and the data science element of it.
Yeah.
And he was part of the initial board here, right? Uh-huh. So you shared the information here, but the interesting thing about OpenAI is it was initially run as a non-for-profit. Yep. When they realized that they needed money to further the AI because of how expensive it was, they ran it as they created a subdivision which was for-profit.
Yep.
But the non-for-profit actually had control over the for-profit, right? Yep. So that
you love to see it.
So that board had it, right? And there was murmurings amongst the board, of which Ilya was a big proponent of it, that that Sam Altman basically was progressing the commercial side really too quickly than a lot of these individuals were comfortable. Mm-hmm. And there were also murmurings about just humanity, AI, how quick it was going to go, et cetera, all the philosophical debates that we've heard, right?
Terminator.
So basically, this is manifested in all the drama that we saw. And it just makes me think, okay, he's back, all right? Clearly, the company as a whole, okay, so OpenAI is basically one of the top companies when it comes to artificial intelligence, yeah? Mm-hmm. They're backed by Microsoft. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're up there, right? So when you think of AI, you definitely now know OpenAI, and you probably put it up there just because of all the drama. But there's also Facebook, there's also Google with Bard, et cetera. We talked about this, but definitely OpenAI
Grok
is there.
To come.
Yeah, Grok, yes.
I learned something, guys, remember? Yeah.
Can a company, let's forget about the AI component. Clearly, we now know that there are philosophical tensions within the company. And Ilya may be a physical representation of it, but he did not speak alone. He was able to convince a board, which admittedly is now no longer exists. There's a new board there. But
is the same board, sorry, quick question. Is the same board still non-for-profit?
I believe, yeah. Actually, I'll have to double check on that. But I believe that a lot of that board has been removed.
But it's still a non-for-profit versus...
They still have those...
The separation, that hybrid the structure, sort of structure is in place.
It actually hasn't been disclosed because I would think that they might have changed elements of the control structure, right? Because it is a very weird control structure that two different sides of the business can have. Actually, you know what I mean? Usually there's a division right there. So you can't have one division at least able to fire a CEO in the entire company, which is what happened here. But what I'm asking is philosophically, there are a lot of differences in this company, and it's the people that make up a company. It's like it's a family, basically. Think of it as a family, because this family basically said,
"Which side are you on?
We don't want to work without Sam Altman." So they clearly love the father, which is Sam Altman here. But can a company that has shown so much division in what is a really clearly an important thing in open, like in AI, function with all this drama that's happened in the past?
Well, yeah, because if they got their main man back, if they're the ones that are actually progressing things forward, right? Like it's always a matter of you can't do the things without the people, regardless of the leadership that's in place, right?
Yeah.
It just depends on the hold that the leadership has to a degree and what power they have. One could argue if it's non-for-profit, then they have some level of, I don't know, a clear moral compass or something of the like, right? Where it's not purely being driven by commercials and whatnot, where that's a bit more of a tunnel direct approach. And there is no question. It's more black and white, right? As to what decisions are being made. Whereas the whole point of having this philosophical point is we are going into an unknown territory where it's been depicted in many entertainment fodder and whatnot, but it's real. The concern, I would imagine, is very real. So having said that, again, you're having one vision, one purpose, people who believe in that, and it does seem like there seems to be a culture. So,
it's not that. It's that they believe in it. They believe in
life goes on. Well, yeah, belief, like that's another way of saying it. It's like I'm just trying to find a cool way to, integrate and have fun with this conversation. But you know what I mean?
I think what's going to be interesting is Sam he projects as a very smart guy. He has to be, right? And there've been tales told and how commercially he's extremely savvy. And clearly to get OpenAI forward and funding, it's still a startup, although a very lucratively funded one, and with Microsoft backing it. And again, it just when I think of Microsoft absorbing those two individuals and then letting them back into the company, because they had to have let them back. I can't imagine they signed anything.
You know what
I almost can't help think
it's a mother with their kids.
I almost can't help think it was a plan.
100%. It's nope, you can't have these toys. You can't have them. If you're good, I'll give it back. Something of the like, because they've got an interest too, right? I would imagine that, mate, I'm no investment manager or anything like that, but a big proponent that Microsoft would then back it is, as we spoke about in the last episode, has to do with the stance, the position, the vision that the people, the two guys put forward, right? That's a big part of it, where there's a level of trust there. So if it's it's long lost sons. It's oh, you don't have a home. Well, you can always come and work for us. We're investing for you guys, but we really love you guys. We want you guys to come and hang with us. Why don't you come hang? Oh, you need to go back? Oh, that's cool. But that's we've still got a part of you anyway, so it's all fine.
I almost wonder, I almost think there's so much stakes on getting Sam Altman. Now you're definitely aware of him, but he's almost getting Elon Musk level of status. In tech, he definitely is.
In a certain circle, yeah, mainstream.
Well, he is now. He generally is. But I almost
we can't hold on. I think we're hyper sensationalizing this for now, right? Because there's general punters that will probably still not know that all of this has gone down, right? We're making a concerted effort about finding this information. I was saying I'm just saying, just take it down a notch.
No. Listen to the point that I'm going to make before you stop. Within the tech scene, he's definitely at that level, right? But the point I'm trying to make is I'm almost...
Yeah, but then you let that on. I'm sorry. I have to not let this go. But then you let on to say, but yeah, he's pretty big. He made that to equate that for everywhere. No, it's not.
It depends. You can also say that Elon Musk is not very big, right?
No, he's huge.
Okay, but Elon Musk... He's been
on SNL.
Okay, whatever, man. I'm definitely not going to equate that as big. I guess what I'm saying is I often wonder whether these larger than life characters get to so big a stature where they almost can't fail, because I can't help think that there is definite validity in what I just hope that now that Sam Altman is back in OpenAI and it definitely took, like it would have been a shock to the system to have his own board, that people that he knew fire him, right? And apparently it was done like in a Google Meets meeting. It was just like ridiculously done, right? So
no, it was a team.
Like the point is, it's a meets, right? Like whatever. Like what I'm saying is, for people that you started a company together, it's a really shitty way of being fired, right? Like this is a board that you know, right? These are
but
not
they didn't start that together, right? Like
they
you have to get a board.
Well, you know the
after
board.
fact, right?
You know the board. That's all I'm saying. And like Ilya and all of them, they did start it together. They're part of that initial team, right? I guess
so people just be beefing and having arguments of opinion.
Now that like it takes like big events, and this is a big event, basically getting fired and coming back there. Hopefully he takes it seriously, because I still have doubts of whether a team can function in its best capacity to bring the best version of the product forward when they're clearly still quite fractured divisions within the team. If that kind of makes sense.
I don't understand that, because you're telling me that the board is gone. So that's the major barrier.
The board is gone, but the individual's there. Ilya is still there. He is the one that convinced the board to.
What is he there in what capacity?
He's the chief data scientist over there. Like he's still a major part of it there. They haven't hired the people, and he's a representation. It's not one individual can't just mouth off at it.
No, I get that. No, I get that. It just wasn't clear to me that they're still ongoing. Like
no, but I'm saying that is also a representation.
It's a warning. It's a yellow card. Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm just hoping it's a
yellow card.
Sam comes in with like an open view that these are genuine concerns, and that his workforce feels it, whatever the portion it may be. May not be the majority, but a portion of it feels it. And he applies that to basically the implementation of what OpenAI and ChatGPT kind of looks like.
Good luck to you, mate.